Martigenwall is P1. Eric Bohm from Germany is P2 on softs. Rene Robertson is P3 on softs. John Astrup is P4 on softs. Ruben Kruger is P5 on softs. Hein van Niekerk is P6 on softs. Brian Patterson is P7 on softs. Glenn Field is P8 on softs. Jovan Oosthuizen is P9 on softs. Mark Scott from Norway is P10 on softs. Quinten Kasselman is P11 on softs. "45 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Rene Robertson is P3. Eric Bohm is P2. Jovan Oosthuizen is P7. Rene Robertson is P3. Ruben Kruger is P10. John Astrup is P4. Quinten Kasselman is P10 on mediums. Hein van Niekerk is P4. Quinten Kasselman is P8. Brian Patterson is P4, 0.2 behind Hein van Niekerk. Eric Bohm entering the pits after 2 laps on softs is P11. Mark Scott is P6, 0.3 ahead of Jovan Oosthuizen. Mark Scott is now P9. Brian Patterson on lap 2 is P4, 0.5 behind Hein van Niekerk. John Astrup is P8, 0.3 behind Quinten Kasselman. Quinten Kasselman is P9. Best lap is a 1:51.228. 11.413 of the fastest lap. Martigenwall is P1, 1.8 ahead of Rene Robertson. Mark Scott is P8, 0.5 behind Brian Patterson. Quinten Kasselman is P9, 0.9 behind Mark Scott. John Astrup is P6, 0.4 behind Jovan Oosthuizen. Martigan is P1, 2.2 ahead of Rene Robertson. John Astrup on lap 3 is P5, 0.8 ahead of Jovan Ustiosen. Mark Scott on lap 3 is P8, 0.8 behind Brian Patterson. Ruben Kruger is P4. Best lap is a 1:37.542. 0.744 of the fastest lap. Mark Scott entering the pits after 3 laps on softs is P9. 40 minutes remaining in the session. Quinton Castleman is P9, 2.7 behind Glenn Field. Mark Scott is P11. Ruben Kruger is P4, 3.8 ahead of John Astrup. Martigan is P1, 2.3 ahead of Rene Robertson. Jovan Ustiosen is P6, 2.6 ahead of Brian Patterson. Jovan Ustiosen is now P8. Ruben Kruger is P4. Jovan Ustiosen on lap 4 is P8, 3.1 ahead of Quinton Castleman. Jovan Ustiosen was 3.6 faster last lap. Hein van Niekerk is P3, 0.8 behind Rene Robertson. Martigan from Netherlands is P1, 3.7 ahead of Rene Robertson. John Astrup is P5, 4.0 behind Ruben Kruger. Hein van Niekerk is P3, 0.4 behind Rene Robertson. Hein van Niekerk is now P2. Hein van Niekerk is now P3. Hein van Niekerk is now P2. Hein van Niekerk is now P4. John Astrup is P5. Best lap is a 1:35.941. 0.035 of the fastest lap. Glenn Field is P7. Best lap is a 1:38.044. 2.138 off the fastest lap. Ruben Kruger is P2 on softs, 0.8 ahead of Rene Robertson. Ruben Kruger was 2.0 faster last lap. Glenn Field is P7, 0.7 behind Brian Patterson. Glenn Field was 0.6 faster last lap. Ruben Kruger is P2, 1.0 ahead of Rene Robertson. Glenn Field is P7. 35 minutes remaining in the session. John Astrup is P5 on softs, 0.7 behind Hein van Niekerk. Glenn Field is P7, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. Ruben Kruger is P2, 1.7 ahead of Rene Robertson. John Astrup is P5, 1.5 behind Hein van Niekerk. Quinton Kasselman on lap 7 is P9, 1.1 ahead of Eric Bohm. Hein van Niekerk entering the pits after 7 laps on softs is P4. Hein van Niekerk is P8. Jovan Oosthuizen is P7, 4.4 behind Glenn Field. Ruben Kruger is P2, 0.8 ahead of Rene Robertson. Jovan Oosthuizen is P7. Best lap is a 1:39.604. 3.698 off the fastest lap. Eric Bohm is P8, 3.8 ahead of Quinton Kasselman. Ruben Kruger on lap 9 is P2, 0.8 ahead of Rene Robertson. Martijn Mol from Netherlands is P1. Rene Robertson is P3, 1.1 behind Ruben Kruger. Ruben Kruger is P2, 0.9 ahead of Rene Robertson. Jovan Ustjosen is P7 on softs. Ruben Kruger is P2, 0.7 ahead of Rene Robertson. Jovan Ustjosen is P7. 30 minutes remaining in the session. Glenfield is P6. Jovan Ustjosen entering the pits after 9 laps on softs is P7. Hein van Niekerk is P10 on softs. Ruben Kruger on lap 10 is P2, 0.8 ahead of Rene Robertson. Mark Scott is P11. Best lap is a 1:38.795. 3.161 of the fastest lap. Hein van Niekerk is P10. Best lap is a 1:35.634. Quinten Kasselman is P8. Ruben Kruger is P2, 0.7 ahead of Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson is P3 on softs, 1.0 behind Ruben Kruger. Ruben Kruger is P2, 0.7 ahead of Rene Robertson. Glenfield is P6, 2.7 behind Brian Patterson. Ruben Kruger on lap 11 is P2, 0.6 ahead of Rene Robertson. Ruben Kruger is now P3. Ruben Kruger entering the pits after 12 laps on softs is P3. Eric Bohm is P7. Ruben Kruger is P4 on mediums. Glenfield is P6, 1.0 behind Brian Patterson. Hein van Niekerk is P9. Ruben Kruger is P4, 4.0 ahead of Brian Patterson. Brian Patterson was 3.7 faster last lap. Eric Bohm is P7 on softs. Mark Scott is P10. Glenn Field is P6, 0.8 behind Brian Patterson. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Rene Robertson is P2 on softs. Glenn Field is P6, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Brian Patterson is P5, 0.5 ahead of Glenn Field. Glenn Field is P5, 0.4 ahead of Brian Patterson. Quinton Castleman is P8. Brian Patterson is P6, 0.4 behind Glenn Field. Glenn Field was 1.1 faster last lap. Glenn Field is P5, 0.4 ahead of Brian Patterson. Ruben Kruger is P4 on mediums. Brian Patterson is P6, 0.4 behind Glenn Field. Glenn Field is P6, 1.2 behind Brian Patterson. Glenn Field was 1.1 faster last lap. Glenn Field is now P7. Quinton Castleman is P8 on mediums. Hein van Niekerk on lap 13 is P9. Rene Robertson is P2. Hein van Niekerk is P9. Jovan Oosthuizen is P11. Glenfield is P7. Jovan Ustjosen is P11 on softs. Eric Bohm is P6, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Brian Patterson is P5, 0.2 ahead of Eric Bohm. Brian Patterson is now P6. Jovan Ustjosen is P11, 3.3 behind Mark Scott. Jovan Ustjosen was 6.1 faster last lap. Brian Patterson is P6, 0.7 behind Eric Bohm. Eric Bohm was 5.0 faster last lap. Jovan Ustjosen is P11, 3.4 behind Mark Scott. Mark Scott on lap 15 is P10, 1.8 ahead of Jovan Ustjosen. Jovan Ustjosen is P11, 0.3 behind Mark Scott. Jovan Ustjosen is now P10. John Astrup is P3. Hein van Niekerk is P9. Glenfield is P7, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Ruben Kruger is P4. Best lap is a 1:35.854. 0.220 off the fastest lap. Glenfield is P7, 0.6 behind Brian Patterson. Glenfield was 2.1 faster last lap. Martin Wall is P1. Glenfield is P7, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. John Astrup is P3, 4.2 behind Rene Robertson. Brian Patterson entering the pits after 18 laps on softs is P6. Glenfield entering the pits after 18 laps on softs is P7. Glenfield is P7. Eric Bohm is P5. Mark Scott from Norway is P10. Jovan Ustyosen is P9 on softs. John Astrup is P3. "15 minutes remaining in the session. Jovan Ustyosen is P9. Quinten Kasselman is P8. Glenn Field is P7, 1.6 behind Brian Patterson. Mark Scott is P10. Mark Scott entering the pits after 16 laps on softs is P10. Eric Bohm is P5. Mark Scott is P10. Glenn Field on lap 19 is P7, 1.6 behind Brian Patterson. Jovan Ustyosen is P9. Glenn Field is P7. Best lap is a 1:37.866. 2.012 of the fastest lap. Glenn Field is now P6. Quinten Kasselman is P8. Ruben Kruger is P4. Brian Patterson is P7, 0.4 behind Glenn Field. Rene Robertson entering the pits after 21 laps on softs is P2. Quinten Kasselman entering the pits after 19 laps on mediums is P8. John Astrup entering the pits after 21 laps on softs is P3. John Astrup is P3. Brian Patterson on lap 20 is P7, 0.3 behind Glenn Field. Glenn Field was 2.2 faster last lap. Ruben Kruger is P2. Glenn Field is P6. Quinten Kasselman is P9. Jovan Ustyosen is P8. Brian Patterson is P7, 3.9 behind Glenn Field. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Mark Scott is P9. Martin Wall is P1. Best lap is a 1:35.959. 0.105 of the fastest lap. Martin Wall entering the pits after 23 laps on mediums is P1. Eric Bohm is P5. Mark Scott is P9. Quinton Castleman is P10. Best lap is a 1:41.071. 5.217 of the fastest lap. Martin Wall on lap 23 is P1 on softs. Eric Bohm entering the pits after 21 laps on softs is P5. Brian Patterson is P7. John Astrup is P4 on supers, 1.9 behind Rene Robertson. Eric Bohm from Germany is P6. Eric Bohm is now P7. Glenn Field is P5. Brian Patterson is P6. Martin Wall from Netherlands is P1. Glenn Field is P5. Quinton Castleman is P10, 4.5 behind Mark Scott. Jovan Ustyosen is P8. Mark Scott entering the pits after 5 laps on softs is P10. Glenfield is P5. Rene Robertson is P3, 0.5 behind Ruben Kruger. Rene Robertson was 1.2 faster last lap. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Glenfield is P5. Rene Robertson is P3, 0.5 behind Ruben Kruger. Martin Moll entering the pits after 3 laps on mediums is P1. John Astrup is P4 on supers, 3.0 behind Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson is P3, 0.1 behind Ruben Kruger. Rene Robertson is now P1. Ruben Kruger is P2, 1.0 behind Rene Robertson. Glenfield on lap 25 is P5. Brian Patterson is P6. Best lap is a 1:37.369. 2.769 off the fastest lap. Rene Robertson is P1, 1.7 ahead of Ruben Kruger. Brian Patterson is P6. Quinton Castleman on lap 24 is P9. Brian Patterson is P5. Eric Bohm on lap 25 is P7. Jovan Ustjosen on lap 25 is P8. John Astrup is P3, 0.9 behind Ruben Kruger. Quinton Castleman is P9. Jovan Ustjosen is P8. Jovan Ustjosen is now P7. Brian Patterson is P5. John Astrup is P3. Ruben Kruger is P2, 0.2 behind Rene Robertson. Ruben Kruger was 1.5 faster last lap. Jovan Ustyosen on lap 25 is P7. Jovan Ustyosen entering the pits after 17 laps on softs is P7. Ruben Kruger is P2, 0.3 behind Rene Robertson. Ruben Kruger is now P1. Quinton Kasselman is P8. Quinton Kasselman is now P7. Brian Patterson is P5. Quinton Kasselman is P7. Rene Robertson is P2, 2.8 behind Ruben Kruger. Glenn Field is P4 on softs. Ruben Kruger is P1 on mediums, 4.2 ahead of Rene Robertson. Quinton Kasselman is P7. Best lap is a 1:37.588. 2.988 off the fastest lap. Glenn Field is P4. Quinton Kasselman is P7. Ruben Kruger is P1. The leader has just finished the race. Ruben Kruger finished P1. Rene Robertson finished P2. John Astrup finished P3. Eric Bohm is P6. Eric Bohm finished P6. Glenn Field finished P4. Quinton Kasselman finished P7. Brian Patterson is P5. Brian Patterson finished P5. Quinton Castleman finished P7.